Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Okay, good. Sorry if you got an echo. I was trying to see if my audio was good. Please stop, Steam. Steam decided, sorry, apologies. Hi. Steam was just like, hey, I'm going to update Baldur's Gate, which is important. I agree. It's important. But it's not maybe the most important thing right now for us to be doing. Can I not, though? Can I not have... What's happening? Good grief. Oh, that's really interesting. Actually, you know what? Hi, Sexalia. Hi. Actually, this stream is all about this now. So, actually, let's go to this page. Let's go look at this for a second. So, this is wild. I've seen TikToks about this. This is not how I intended to start my stream today, but Steam kind of decided how we're going to start our stream anyway. Yeah, patch 6. Okay, Sexalia, you know this. 3Aki, I don't know if you know this. But 2 days after Valentine's Day, it says, Cupid has shot his arrows. The chocolates have gone stale and the flowers have started to wilt. The perfect time to release a patch. Patch 6 for Baldur's Gate 3 launches today, and it's packed full of quality of life improvements, fixes, and a little bit of romance. The full extent of today's update has once again been defeated by Steam character limit, so if you want to dive into the full notes, head to the official version here. Still reading? Excellent. On with the show. So it says, watch out for garlic breath, and then here is Shadowheart and Tav kissing. So we've made improvements to locking lips with your chosen romantic partner. All characters now have unique kisses that reflect their personality with an emphasis on the plural. This is actually really interesting. I'm writing a paper. Jess, if you're watching, Tanya, Christina, I don't think that you'd be watching, but I literally just wrote about this for our chapter, for our book, that I guess I have to go back and fix. Wow, Sexalia, you are on a 5-stream streak. That's amazing. You just got back from the grocery store where you did in fact get a sale on candy. That's awesome. And kudos to you for being responsible and going grocery shopping. So in the chapter, so I'm not wrong, this doesn't like render what I just wrote this week wrong, but in the chapter I am talking about how games that offer sex scenes in a pre-recorded, prescribed kind of way, in the sense that like the hot coffee mod of 2005 from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the player was instructed to use the up and down directional keys to thrust, and that was extraordinarily, actually, you know what, I feel like this merits this. We're having a very early lecture. So in the 2005 Grand Theft Auto San Andreas hot coffee mod, which was not a mod, it was a piece of the game that was in the beta that was not supposed to be accessible by users, but users found out how to access it. It ended up with this big court case because the federal government got upset that and people, I presume, got upset that this video game had very explicit sexual content where you were actually using your controller to thrust CJ's hips, that's the main character, and having sex. Okay, now what we see, there are plenty of games which have sexual content in them, but they're not often interactive. I mean, sometimes they are, but like Baldur's Gate was really interesting because you have this really in-depth story, you have these characters that are like people fall in love with, and then you don't really have sex scenes that reflect their personality. In the sense that in my relationship with, like there are different dynamics between my Tav and Shadowheart, because the Shadowheart is who I romanced, where I don't feel like that played out. Like in the sense that Shadowheart was very submissive in a way that I wasn't super comfortable with, and also didn't make sense for our relationship because my Tav was simping hard for Shadowheart. Like anything she wanted, he'd be like, yes, ma'am, how can I help you? Like right? And that was not conveyed at all in their sex scenes, which is fine, right? I presume that there's some ESRB stuff going on. I presume that there's also just like limitations within development and the development space, because you can't just, you know, have all the things all the time, right? You have mocap actors in mocap suits. Also, Sexhalia, I went ahead and improved your comment. I don't even know what the comment was, but I trust you. You love a lecture. Yeah. Footnotes. So in this case, the reason why, and I will actually stop the background music for this. If the background music has lyrics, I find it super distracting and hard to talk about. Okay, so let's go back to the live scene, because these improvements allow unique kisses with characters based on their personality, but I still don't think that takes into consideration like the relationship that the player has. But let's read on. Okay, so these kisses are randomized and vary from the incredibly romantic to a little more intense. Kisses of all I can't even talk. Like, I'm so I'm so flustered by this. Kisses have also been improved for shorter and taller body types, so embrace without delay. Okay, that makes sense, because shorter characters, the animation would proceed, like halflings. I have a halfling character, and the kiss animation's just like they do the animation, but at different heights. Like, no one bends down or steps up. Like, it's pretty awkward. A forehead kiss for tender moments, or for when there's a bit of food stuck to your eyebrow. Nice. In addition to improved smooches, we've also improved some of our in-game cinematics to better reflect the connection between players and their partners. Love truly has been in the air in our office, and perhaps it's something in our air fresheners. Okay, and so then there's camp animations. There's a few little other things. Oh, this is interesting too. So they have the highlights in the patch notes where spoilers are, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to mouse over it, but are blocked out. That's nice. Jahira now has an animation where she sits, kneels, and whispers to a rat messenger. That's actually pretty cool. Minsk has a cooking and shaving his head. These are two separate animations, although we wouldn't put it past him. That's pretty funny. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. That's kind of all I think we need to say about that. Although I guess I could go and look at their full patch notes. Okay. Because of course users accessed it. I grew up on BioWare games, non-interactive sex scenes. That's what fan fiction is for. That is exactly the point, Sexhalia. My point is that, yeah, I mean, you've. Is there co-authorship in the future for us? Maybe. My point is that the ESRB and the adult-only rating makes it so that these constrictions, and this is very Foucaultian, right? Like, this is totally Foucault's like, you know, Victorians weren't prudish about sex. They talked about sex all the time because they regulated it. Sex became medicine, sex became education, sex became law, right? Like, never in the past have we had all these institutions and structures that talk and regulate sex. And the same, like, games are a product of culture. This is not surprising, but games have all these laws and regulations and restrictions, even if not, you know, de jure, but de facto, right? So in the sense that games are protected by freedom of speech legislation, but Walmart is not going to carry a game if it has sexually explicit content. I mean, interactive sex scenes in games exist, but normally that's the whole game. Yeah, mix us up. A colleague of mine, Petri Lankowski, just did a paper at the last Digital Games Research Association where he and a co-author, and I forget the co-author because I don't know them, and I know Petri somewhat well, like as an academic, not personally, but like I'm very familiar with his work. They went through Steam sex games and cataloged them. So, like, what is it the mechanic that is sex, or is it Like you complete a puzzle and then you get a pornographic image, right? Or is it that the characters are just naked? Or like what is sexual about it? Like these adult only games. And surprise, surprise, most of it's just a very thin skin or wrapper on like standard puzzle game mechanics. Yeah, like the hentai games that you keep getting suggested on Steam. Yeah. I was honestly thinking about a chapter about Dark Souls and Bloodborne, but it was too heavy. Yeah, sometimes that's the case too, right? You don't want to just be bummed out or stressed out all the time in work. So that's quick. The patch is really interesting that they tried to add more personality. From the patch notes, though, from Baldur's Gate, the patch number 6, I do not get the impression that in fact, the patch notes explicitly say that it's randomized, right? That they added new animations to better reflect your relationship, but I'm not clear that it better reflects the relationship in any like meaningful capacity, right? Like if I'm fighting with a character and we like have a forehead kiss, that has really significant connotations to that storyline. So I'm not even necessarily talking about like interactive sex or having options for like titillation purposes, right? Like that's not what's super interesting about this, to me at least. Like in other mediums, in books, in film, in comics, right? We have characters who are allowed to have explicit sexual interactions and reactions as part of storytelling. But in games, it's like, oh, here's the cutscene. And it may or may not correspond to your actual experience with this character in game. You're welcome. Like, sorry. Every time I open Firewatch, I get a Steam alert, and then it plays my my computer, my spooky computer noise. Jump scared. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I should change that. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting work. Thank you, Threaki. It reflects the NPC more than the relationship tab, I guess. Which is fair enough, right? Like, in terms of the technical requirements to do those animations, the expense of hiring mocap actors, like all of that is quite challenging from a production standpoint. But I think the legal / social standpoint there would also be like pushback, right? Like games are de-incentivized to spend the kind of money necessary to achieve legitimately interactive sex scenes for the purposes of story and of narrative and immersion, like all these artistic goals that we think games can do and we want games to have, and like other media has, and they're de-incentivized not only in terms of cost but also in terms of regulation, regulatory boards, pushback, right? Moral panic over what if a child sees this, right? Without understanding that games can be for grown-ups, right? I don't know much about Steam, but there's a lot of text-based games that are horny and have a little amount of visuals. Sex scenes in games are a lot more generic than in other media. Interior of the Hays Code. I haven't actually, that's a good point, Sexhalia. I haven't looked at the Hays Code in relation to this regulation. I've looked mostly at the ESRB and EULAs, like in user license agreements. Because I'm also thinking about modders. So like I've gone down several rabbit holes, and now my Google advertisements are completely busted because I started looking at people who wear cosplay during pornography, like on OnlyFans. And LA Weekly, of all places, like the lifestyle magazine in Los Angeles, has a top 10 list. So like it's so mainstream now, right? Sorry. I wonder if some aspect has to do with perceived demographic. I wonder that too. I wonder if it still mixes up. I wonder if it's still a perception that games are for kids, right? Even though we know that grown-ups play games. Hi, I'm a grown-up. I'm playing a game. But not like that. When you were leaning in when the sound went off and I looked away at the exact moment, I thought you were throwing up. I'm so sorry. That's nasty. I'm sorry. If you're keeping track at home, by the way, my eye tracker has fallen 4 times. Hi, Curzar. Deathmatch. Hays Code was for comics, right? Oh, yeah, the Hays Code. Oh, we should do like another lecture section. The motion picture production code. Sexalia, thank you. Thank you. We love librarians. This is why we love librarians. The motion picture production code was a set of industry guidelines for the self-censorship of content that was applied to most motion pictures released by major studios in the United States from 1934 to 1968. That's 5 times that the eye tracker's fallen. It is also popularly known as the Hays Code after Will H. Hays, president of the Motion Picture Producer and Distributors of America. What? Sorry. Oh, for yeah, okay. So for the cosplay, yes. So there's also a gender thing going on. Mix this up. The TLDR is that in addition to having the strong association of childhood and games, right, which puts it at opposition, and rightly so, from adulthood and sexual content and these type of things, right? Like, no argument for me there. But we understand that adults play games. We also understand that women play games. Hi, I'm an adult, and I'm also a woman, and I am also playing video games. And that is also ignored. I think there are examples of companies doing it better, but like when we think about sexual content in games and titillation in games, we're often thinking about like booth babes or like not Left 4 Dead, Dead or Alive, beach volleyball, right? Like things that are explicitly done for the male gaze. And actually, Baldur's Gate was criticized for having the male gaze for women and queer people, like in the sense that the female gaze, Halcyon should have a dad bod, right? Like there are tons of women on TikTok who are like, I am making a mod to give Halcyon a dad bod because there's no world in which Halcyon should have a 6-pack. He should be thick, and like the female gaze is such that we find that attractive. We don't find 6-packs attractive. We find dad bods attractive. So I think there's something to it there as well. Women, they exist. Oh my goodness. And the cosplay porn in the top 10 list for the LA Weekly article, and you can go look up the LA Weekly article. It is like, it's not safe for work in the sense that there are pictures of the cosplayers in like bikinis and bikini equivalents. So if you are like in an environment where that would be awkward if someone saw women in bikinis on your computer screen, then don't. But otherwise, if you're like fine with that, there's no nudity is what I'm trying to say. There's no nudity and there's no graphic depictions of sex in the LA Weekly article that I was reading at work earlier this week. But now, thanks to reading that article, all my advertisements on every other platform are like, would you like to look at some ladies in bikinis? And I'm like, good for them. Not particularly. Thank you. Could we please go back to advertising me like pretty dresses for fairy balls? That's what I'd like. So the counterpart to that is looking at...
Read 0_orange just redeemed posture check.
My posture's great. I don't know what you're talking about. So I hunch over like a goblin. We should also play a video game. The last thing I'll say is we're looking at, or I am looking at AO3 Archive of Our Own, and also like more traditional feminine and queer coded websites for fan fiction and fan art, to kind of compensate for how male gazy, that's not a word, but I'm making a word, cosplay and like OnlyFans websites tend to be. Okay, let's play a game. I'll catch up on chat. I'm definitely a lady on the internet, not a dog. Sweats. Dogs don't sweat. Caught you out on the lie, Sexalia. You can get a dad bod mod. That is actually really hard to say for Baldur's Gate. Yeah, all the men should not be that cut. I agree. Remember, tell my dude friend that, and he was like, why would you mod that out? Yeah, the female gaze is something that it's quite interesting. MCU superhero aesthetic prevails in these hypermasculine depictions. Yeah, I agree, Deathcab. Do y'all know that? Sexalia. Do y'all know that picture of Captain America? You know the one. I gotta look at him work in front of an office window, right? I don't I don't know what ads look like for the most part because of all the ad blockers I run. I let ads on YouTube because I have a lot of YouTubers that I like to support through ad revenue, even though it's like not a ton of money, you know? So, but now I'm getting like cursed ads. Thank you, Sexalia. I think my research is interesting. And thank you for the posture check, Retro Orange. As I like continue sitting like a goblin. I worked out yesterday. Thank you for the applause. I know. I am a good person. I'm clearly joking, and I don't want to... So here's the thing. My back and shoulders are not great from, as you've seen, from doing this. And I'm just like, I have no upper body strength at all. It's my weakest area. And I want to not do that. And I'm also oddly concerned with osteoporosis because it runs in my family and like just women in general experience it. So I'm trying to lift weights because it's one of the ways that you can strengthen your bones. And I also have a side goal of just really wanting to look like Cassian from A Court of Thorns and Roses. Like, I just want to live my best himbo life. So I decided that I need to start lifting again. But now my body feels broken and like I was hit by a truck from like the slightest bit of exercise. Okay. We're fishing. Okay, what happened last time? Oh my God. Oh, 6 times. I can't even hold up. 6 times my eye tracker's fallen. I think I have an idea of how to fix it though. I think I'm going to use... Husband suggested I use duct tape. Okay, hi. Welcome to my channel. We had a 31-minute long introduction. I am Professor Ashley. I'm an actual professor at the University of Utah, where I teach people how to make video games, with my specialty being in user research and also in sex and games research, as you've heard today. On my stream, I do a Think Aloud protocol where I narrate what I think the game is asking me to do. It is not a true Think Aloud protocol because there's no moderator here. I moderate myself, which is not how the method's supposed to be run, but we do our best. I also have an eye tracker, which is the purple bubble that you will see on screen. Yeah, I just had to check. Yep, you can still see it on screen. My eye tracker is attached to a curved monitor and it is not a curved eye tracking bar, so it routinely falls. It has fallen 6 times. But I try to not. And then I have a heart rate monitor, which you can see above my head. Purpose of the eye tracker is to let you know what I'm looking at. The purpose of the heart rate monitor is to look for instances of arousal being in the psychological term, like any kind of stimuli, excitement, fear, anxiety, anything like that, which causes a biometric reaction or a biological reaction to stimuli. I am playing Firewatch. This is my 2nd session. So far we have... we've gone through a really quite depressing backstory. We have met Dahlia, I think is her name, who's in the Firewatch tower, like north of mine. And she's kind of weird, and I don't personally, I don't like her. She calls at strange times. She's also like, she gets drunk and then calls me and is like, you should come over. It's weird. We're having weird conversations, but you know what? It's fine because we started the stream off talking about Baldur's Gate, kissing mods. So, do you have a guide, to start you off exercise wise? Yeah. So, I had a personal trainer for a really long time, and I am using one of the older programs that we went through, but I should hit her up again. Her name, if you're in, well, she does remote. Sorry. Like, it's the very beginnings of spring. If the temperature goes above 50, I am so allergic to everything. Her name's Michelle's Muscles on Instagram, and she does remote personal training programs with like a custom set of exercises to target your problems. So like my neck / shoulders / computer posture problem is what we were targeting before. She also did a really cool postpartum program for me, which was great to try and repair some. Childbirth is intense. Okay, so I'm supposed to go fishing. Also, we do have a corgi on Corgi Cam. How do I think I have to put away the fishing pole and then get out the map. Search lake site for bear tracks. Okay. I talked to my coworker, Professor Jose Segal. Am I already at the lake? No. Okay. And we talked about this game, and he and I both agree that the most interesting part of this game is the map and like the diegetic use of the map. Oops. See, I keep trying to run by hitting left shift, but run in this game is R, which I guess makes sense because you're running, and running starts with R. But also, every other game it is left shift. So, okay, I went slightly the wrong way. So I think the game wants me to go not into the trees, but oh, interesting. So Zardan last time mentioned that some of the objects that you collect come back. So I already collected the whiskey and the fireworks. This is where the teenage girls were that had the campfire, and there were beer cans everywhere that I cleaned up. They also left whiskey. But if there's more... Wait, this has changed, right? So last time I came here, I found the campfire and I found fireworks, and I was like, "Oh, these kids, they're messing up my wood. Get out of my swamp!" Right? And then I had to jump over that. Unless I'm in a completely different area. No, this is where I was. This is the trail. So I don't think it was the teenage girls. I think it was the creepy random guy. Yeah, and then that's where they were like skinny dipping over there. With some creepy old dude. Okay. Postpartum, nice. I have a guy who works with my mom who does stuff for disabled people. He's a sweetie, and I like him because he doesn't make me feel weird about my body. Exactly. So one of the reasons why I picked Michelle as a trainer is not only because I knew her through the dance community, but because she's also a mom. So I'm like, okay, she's going to get it. I tried some other trainers from the university who were all very nice and very well-meaning. There is a PT program where they have to do a certain number of hours of personal training to like for course credit or to graduate, or I don't know. And these 22-year-old lovely young male presenting people just did not understand, I don't think, the needs of a postpartum mom. But they really tried. They were lovely. Again, nothing against them. I just had a much better experience working with mom. Okay, here's a clipboard. What does it say? Oh.
What the, Dee, I found a clipboard down here, and there's something strange going on.
At the lake? What's up?
Someone has written down what we said to each other, have been saying.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you, not in the same way.
No way.
Wait, hold on. Something's out here.
Henry? I'm worried. You didn't find and eat any mushrooms, did you? I mean, they can be fun, but also, you know, devastating. Regardless, just let me know, okay, Buckaroo? Oh, God. I don't know why I just called you that.
So, am I getting like static? I don't like this. This is spooky now. Okay, so this is where I went last time, right? Came up this way. Oh, there's a radio.
Henry? Are you there? What happened, Henry?
Holy hell, I got hit in the head. Punched or something by someone.
I did not
Are you
expect
serious?
that.
What the hell is going on out there?
I don't know. Jesus Christ.
Let me get this straight. You found a clipboard with, what, transcripts of our conversations? What else is on it?
I don't know. It's gone, along with a radio of theirs. Somebody out here could have just killed me, Delilah.
What the fuck is going on?
What's Wapiti Station?
I don't know.
I saw the name Wapiti Station right before I was cold cocked. Does Wapiti Station mean anything to you?
Wapiti Meadow. Maybe it's Wapiti Meadow. It's on our maps. It's not too far from where you are right now. It's north of the lake. It looks like there should be a trail somewhere on the north shore of Jonesy Lake.
I'll start hiking that way now. God damn it, my head.
Are you sure you saw what you saw, Henry? Maybe you pissed off some more campers and they came back to sucker punch you.
Why would I make this up? It's an insane lie at worst and a shitty prank at best.
And you've been feeling okay?
I feel fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. I believe you, but that conversation was from 2 weeks ago.
I know they were. So what's to say that they don't have transcripts from 3, 4, or 5 weeks ago?
Our entire relationship, friendship, our whole summer.
Someone is out here with a walkie-talkie, taking notes and talking to God knows who. What the hell do you think is going on at this place?
Apparently a lot of following you around taking notes, which is unfucking believable, Henry.
Yeah, you're telling me. All right, I'm on my way to Wapiti Meadow. I'll let you know what I find.
Okay. There's got to be a reasonable explanation. Also, I'm gonna call around and see if anyone's had anything weird happen to them or seemed spooked.
7
Don't wanna make this
times.
bigger than it is yet, you know?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, okay. Hike safe.
I hate Dahlia. I hate Dahlia. I hate Dahlia. I hate her so much. So she doesn't believe the victim straight away. Like, what is her motivation to not believe that this? Okay. All right. We found another supply cache. We're on our way to investigate this meadow, which does not feel safe. I feel like she should have called a park ranger. I should not be doing this alone. Okay. I got sucker punched and the clipboard was taken from me and the second walkie-talkie that I found was taken from me. However, they didn't take my walkie-talkie. They didn't take my map. They didn't like why wouldn't, okay. So if it's a mugging, first of all, I'd expect them to take everything. And if it's not a mugging, also the pollen on the screen is making my allergies feel worse. Like my eyes are starting to water. Then like clearly there's foul play. And if you remember from last time, where were we? We were coming out of the canyon toward the cave when we were on the walkie-talkie with Dahlia, and she was like, hold on, a call's coming in, and she did not mute, and so we heard her entire call, and she didn't say anything like super suspicious. She was kind of like, she vaguely mentioned us, I think, in a way that was like, oh, that's weird, why would she mention us? Yeah. So when you'd be surprised how often people don't believe the victim. Absolutely mix this up. Absolutely. Like, it's just one more point in the Dahlia is not a good person category. More so than being otherwise remarkable. It's also frustrating. Let's read the note. Okay. So the notes. What do we know about the notes? In the cache boxes, which so far have had like pine cones, deer antler, like a cool fossil that I carried with me for a while. They include notes between Ron and Dave, question mark. We know Ron unalived himself, and this is 3 years ago in 1986. We are in 1989 in the game's time, and Ron and Dave, I think his name is Dave. Yeah, it is Dave. Okay. They leave these notes to each other in the cache boxes. I thought they were roommates. Dahlia mentions like Dave and Ron being womanizers, but I was like, I think that I think there might be unrequited love minimum going on, or requited love going on between the two. But anyway, so Ron got some bad news back at home, so hopefully they'll let me out of here for a while. Who's to say, though, budgets being what they are. Did you get my note about what went down in Wapiti? Sheriff isn't too pleased with me, but I don't know. I probably overdid it. Wish you would have been there. I guess you must have got hung up. P.S. Amigos is Spanish and Profesionales is Italian. Oh, right, because the last letter is like, Somos amigos profesionales. But because of the spelling, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to keep the letter. I was throwing the letters around, but I can keep them, so. Ooh, that's a creepy book. And someone said last time that all the books here are actual books. And they're usually like mystery murder thrillers. So, okay. There's an old sweater, but I'm not able to pick it up. And it's from Eastern Colorado. Ugh, it's so creepy. Okay. No fireworks, and I copied the map already, so I think we're good, except that there's still someone who wants to murder me. I heard that the ending can be unsatisfying, but that's on purpose. Hope not. So Jose's take on this is, okay, so I need to go slightly east, northeast. Okay, perfect. Is that the story is not what you think it is in terms, I didn't want spoilers, but sometimes it's hard to talk about a game without some minor spoilers, right? So I was saying that, yes, I'm gonna go this way. Oops. Okay. I was saying that I don't trust Dahlia, and she seems like a criminal, because when those two young people went missing, Dahlia was like, no, don't call the police. And then, what's my character's name? Harry? I don't know. I can never remember his name. The character I'm playing, he's like, hey, I'll talk to the cops. It's not a problem. There are people that went missing. We should probably talk to the police. And Dahlia was like, no, don't. I don't want to talk to him. So my presumption is that Dahlia is a criminal, and then Jose's like, no. Or rather, it's not that clear cut. Okay, here's a fence.
Whoa, Delilah, there's a big chain link fence between me and the meadow. I don't think I can get past it.
A fence?
Yeah,
How big?
big. It goes off in both directions, acres.
What the fuck is going on out here?
Whatever it is, someone doesn't want anyone to know about it.
Sometimes biologists will cordon off a little area to study flora or whatever, but that's only a few square feet usually.
That's not what this is.
Well, see what you can do to get past it.
Yeah, no, you're totally... You're totally right. Mix this up. They're separate from this game. There are plenty of people who want to talk to the cops for valid reasons, like being undocumented and so on and so forth. Totally agree. I think Dahlia is shady, though.
And what are the odds they left the gate unlocked?
Pretty low, I'd imagine.
Looks like goddamn Area 51.
Maybe they've got aliens. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Why can't I jump? Oh, there's what's this called? When you're on a hiking trail and it's like a trail marker. When you do the little pile of rocks. Oh, wait, hold on. I might need that. Am I brute forcing the puzzle? I'm brute forcing the puzzle. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. Okay.
Look, I'm not going to be able to get into this place.
Shit.
I don't know how long I can dick around out here until someone notices.
God, if you were an actual firefighter, you'd have that gate down in 2 shakes. Hey,
Rude.
actually, those guys doing the controlled burn, they might be able to help.
Where are they?
Beyond Ruby River, there's a scout camp. They burned a line a few days ago that should let you hike right to them.
Well, that's great.
If they haven't left, they're probably the type of guys who would help you get through that fence.
Which is south of Ruby. What? That's really far. That's like, and there's no fast travel. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna go southeast. Actually, we're south. Okay. Rather intense. So can I scramble up that ravine? Do I need to hit it with another rock? Like there's a bigger rock there. A cairn! A cairn! Yes, thank you, Sexalia and Mix-Up. They're called cairns. My favorite part of hiking is the snacks. Alright, I want to go south, but kind of like southwest, I think, in order to link back up with the trail. No, but for real though, my favorite part of a hike is when we get to a really pretty lookout spot and we can sit on a rock with a sandwich or jerky or a granola bar or something and like give the dog some water and a snack and then just hang out for a bit. Love it. Okay, we don't want to go that way. I want to stay along the lake. This is actually where I got hit in the head, right? Right here. That's where I got hit in the head. Okay, so I'm going to stay along here. I think. Go back the way I came? Yeah. And then I think I'm going to try and hit up the Cache 308, maybe? Whoop. Sorry. I'm running through these narrow walkways. It's making me a little dizzy. Okay. Now I think my favorite part of a hike is none of it. East of the lake.
I'm wandering around east of the lake. Which way is Ruby River?
It's in the southeast corner of your map. The scout camp where the firefighters were staged should be on your map. It looks like a little triangle with a flat bottom.
Yeah, it looks like a tent.
How did I never see that before?
Dahlia, come on. Wait, what? Oh, I have to... okay. Okay, let's see. Is this where I want to go? Is this south? Yeah, that's south. Okay. I don't like how late in the day it's getting. I am extremely darkness averse when I'm out in the wilds. I don't believe you, Sexalia. I do not believe that you are in Colorado and not a hiker. I'm not a hiker either, but I live in Utah, therefore I'm a hiker. Also, the corgis love it. One of the cutest things is the corgis sometimes have difficulty with the scrambles because their legs are not so big. So I want to go this way. So we have like a little essentially a pulley system with their harnesses that we can lower and raise them accordingly. It's pretty adorable. Okay, yeah. I hike like once every other year. Moab might be my favorite place to hike, although there are some really cool places in Arizona. I have to go this way somehow. I'm not really sure how. Like in Cave Creek, there have been some really cool places just outside of Phoenix that I really enjoy hiking at. If by pulley system you mean I carry them. No, because they have their harnesses and you have their leash, and there was at least twice. Once Atticus just yeeted himself because I was below you, and so Andrew was up here with 2 corgis, and then we were like passing them off because it was like a 6-foot drop essentially. So not terrible if you're a human that can slide on your butt, but like scary if you're a corgi with tiny little feet. So I had my arms out and Atticus just launched himself. So I got, a 45-pound animal just right to the chest. Unfortunately, it wasn't like scary. I didn't almost fall or anything like that. But that was the worst one. But usually Andrew will like lean them over with their harness and their little leash and just kind of lower them into my arms. Yeah. In true Dane fashion, I hate all outdoor activities unless they involve water. Oh, this is a stereotype. Okay, so water in like boating circumstances. I also think I still have to go more east. Here it is very popular to, what's the, like a kayak? No. Kayaking is popular, but what's the other one? The one where you stand, what's that called? Like you stand up on the board and you paddle. Is it a paddleboard? Surely not. I think it's a paddleboard. But you're like standing and you have an oar and you paddle. Anyway, literally paddleboarding. Okay, great. Stand up paddleboarding. Oh, you do that a lot, right? Death. It's so strange to call you Death. The balance for that. It's not super bad. I've done yoga on a paddleboard a few times. Once in Mexico, once in South Jordan. Be kind of fun. I think I'm going to the edge of the map because I can't figure out how to cut east. And this is why I get anxious if I'm out climbing and it's getting dark. That sounds like yoga hard mode.
Hey, what's to the south of here?
Mexico? Is this some sort of riddle?
I just have a nice view to the south. Trees and mountains forever.
Well, eventually you'll wander into the area overseen by Chimney Rock Lookout, but that's probably an impossible hike in terms of terrain.
All right, well, where am I supposed to go? Where am I? Oh, I went like completely the wrong way. Okay, I have to cut east like now. How did that happen? Okay, can I just go straight east? That way? I guess. It is yoga hard mode. Sorry. But it is really good for your body, I think. I don't know. Jordan and I actually did it. Jordan, if you're here, we got up early in Mexico and went and did a yoga class on a paddleboard. And Jordan nailed it. I think we each fell once. So, which is impressive because it is kind of difficult. So, you're an indoor kitty. Yep, I get it. Nothing wrong with being an indoor cat. I think the 1% of my personality that is a druid means that I like being outdoors sometimes. What? A UI just happened. Oh, 3 Thoroughfare, Lookout, Dahlia's Tower. I see rocks. Oh. Okay. So I just realized I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go have a nap. I just realized how to read maps. Yay for me. I just realized that the this is a topographical map. Which means that these are mountains and the rings are the elevation of the mountains, and therefore I'm not going to be able to cut east no matter how silly I wiggle around. I am in fact going to need to go back up the scramble and over, and then go back to my lookout and then head south from there. Cool. So, yeah, we're just going to keep going north for a long while. What do you like to cook? Mix this up. Any typical traditional Danish food? Something I kind of miss, it's not necessarily a Danish thing, but like a Nordic thing overall, is like, well, and also Scottish people do this, but kippers for breakfast, or like pickled herring for breakfast. I miss that. You do not find it in restaurants here in Utah at all. You could, of course, like make it yourself. Sometimes you can find a grocery store that has pickled herring, but it's not the same. Like, it's not as fresh or something. I don't know. It's difficult to describe. Ooh, traditional Danish and Armenian food. That sounds awesome. Okay, so from here we're gonna go east. Perfect. Let's go. Oh, that's right. I have to go up the scramble too.
Hey, I called around. Things seem normal with everyone else.
Well, are the other lookouts telling the truth?
Of course, why wouldn't they be?
I don't know. Maybe someone told them not to.
You're suggesting that you and I are actually being watched by whom exactly?
Maybe the government. I'm trying to convince her that
You know, people.
I'm
As
not
opposed to
paranoid.
what? Aliens? Mad scientists? The CIA? Wild separatists? The fucking Illuminati? Come on!
Look, you should have seen this clipboard, Delilah.
Yeah, I guess I should have.
All right, I'm headed toward the camp anyway.
Okay. Keep your radio close to you.
Hey, what you just said, keep my radio close to me.
Yeah?
Before I got attacked back at the lake, I saw a radio on the ground, kind of like the one I use.
And?
Do you think that maybe someone was,
Oh.
I don't know. What?
maybe intercepting our frequency with other radios or something?
Henry...
It's just a thought.
I don't even know how you would do that.
Yeah, well, you sound worried.
No, I'm not. Okay, let's not spin out of control. Just keep hiking.
Whatever you say, boss.
Mm-hmm. Suspish. Sully, hi, how are you? How are you doing?
I know we don't know what's going on yet, but I don't have a good feeling. I don't like feeling vulnerable. It's not like you can just call the police. I was thinking about the Goodwins. It just struck me that if anything weird like this happened to them, happened to Brian, just how scared he would have been.
I need to go south. Oh. No! Come on.
I'm sure he's fine, Delilah. I mean, don't you think if this started happening to them, he or his dad would have said something?
I don't know, Ned was a weird guy.
No, nobody is that weird. The moment you hear someone in the bushes or get punched from the shadows, you're getting your boss on the phone.
Yeah,
Brian is fine.
I hope so.
it was 3 years ago. He's in high school now. He's on summer break.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Is this okay? I've got something to say. Is this game just gaslighting each other? Because weird stuff has been happening to me, and Dahlia's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure. So weird. And then she's like, hey, remember how you found that kid's backpack? I wonder if that kid's dead. And I'm like, don't be ridiculous. That kid, now the president. Like, we're just gaslighting each other, I think, is the game. I'm just going to pick the most toxic possible responses. Traditional Danish desserts. So do you do... Oh, actually... Is opera cake Danish or is it Swedish? Or is it both? And like prinsesstårta, that's also Swedish, right? Not Danish. And smorgasstårta is also Swedish and not Danish, right? But I'm obsessed with those. You have to tell me, in Denmark, do they also do the sandwich cake where instead of frosting, you use mayo? And like instead of like frosting to do roses, you do like radishes. And so it's a savory cake with like bread layers. I love that so much. Oh, good. I'm glad you're surviving. A lot of those things overlap, and I hate mayonnaise, so I wouldn't know. Oh, it's like the coolest thing. I'm actually really shocked that hipsters here in the United States have not taken over the idea of smorgasstårta. Like, they like the raclette. Raclette is like, I mean, it's been trendy for a while, but I feel like every time there's a state fair or something, I think I'm going the right way, that like people rediscover their love for raclette and like make grilled cheeses with it and do all this fun stuff, which is great. But I feel like we're ready for a new thing to be obsessed over, and I feel like smorgasstårta is like, we're primed and ready for that obsession. Okay, so this looks like a good place to cross the river. I don't know if we've gotten the other cache either, so we'll maybe get... Oh, my shoes are wet. That's the worst part. If you're hiking and have wet boots, ooh. I have such a narrow window of opportunity to jump. Ooh.
Whoa, the flapjack fire isn't going anywhere, huh?
No, that's why those guys came out to burn that line. It's at the stage where all we can do is pay attention to it.
They're not gonna try to put it out?
Not yet, apparently.
Smørbrød is basically the same vibe as sushi, but as a sandwich. Smørbrød is use dark bread, right? Rye, and then put like a cream / mayo with dill or herbs, and then fish, like salmon or herring. Yeah. That's like my favorite snack. That's such a healthy snack. But I don't really eat it here in Utah because it's impossible to find that bread. Our rye bread is like a marbled or like just white bread with rye seeds in it, or caraway seeds, I think is what it's called. Yeah. Smørbrød is multiple sandwiches. Oh. Like a class of sandwiches. Right. Got it. And they're always open, right? Like it's the one piece of bread with the toppings there's no piece of bread on top. It's just an open sandwich, right? Professor Thor! Hello, everyone. I love this game. It's been a few years since I played it. Well, come for the game and stay for the discussion of Danish food. I actually don't even see the fire. I guess, that's smoke. Cool. All right, so let's copy the information from the map. We have a lending library. Oh, thank God, toilet paper. But actually, the way this character never collects toilet paper seems like they didn't live through a pandemic. Terminal 7. Now a major motion picture starring Anders Nelson. Someone said that these books are actual books. But would that be the case? If I mean, Jane Eyre is obviously. Charlotte Bronte. One Chance to Die. That Richard Sturgeon guy. Lots of books by him. Terence Hill Greenbrier. Accidental Savior. More TP. Okay. Oh, another pine cone. Sometimes the reason why Sorry. If you are a book lover, sorry, librarians, look away, please. I'm not just throwing things out to be disrespectful. There has been one cache box where I had to remove all the objects from that cache box in order to find a hidden drawer. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to just be rude. Okay, so we have another note. This note is once again to Ron from Dave, but this time there is no date. So, interesting. Not sure where this is in the grand relationship between Ron and Dave, particularly because Ron had mentioned that he needed to leave for a while due to family issues. So, anyway. Okay, really wish the powers that be could issue us radios that didn't suck ass. Nice language, Ron. Most of the time I prefer to keep things pen to paper, but every once in a while it'd be nice to get a hold of you right away. Okay, that information's particularly interesting because we just had the dialogue interaction with Dahlia where we said, hey, our walkie-talkies, is it possible that someone could intercept them? And she was like, what? No. And then she was like, hey, is it possible that that kid could have died in the woods? And I was like, what? No. And then we just took turns gaslighting each other. Okay. My sister keeps leaving me messages at the main office, but I don't think she gets that I took the job so I wouldn't have to deal with her or mom. Nice. I've been sitting at the spot for a while now thinking about what to say to her, but I'm a quarter of a way through a bottle of Fifes instead. Miss you, Dave. I'm doing the SpongeBob meme. Look, I told you they were roommates. Or they're very good friends. Okay, recent burn.
I found where they did the controlled burn. I can hike right through here now.
Yeah, normally they wouldn't do that so close to a body of water, but I think they're extra worried about a fire jumping the river and burning up to Two Forks, now that there's someone in it.
Well, I'm extra appreciative of that.
Let's see. The scout camp is southeast of the river. There should be a pond on the way.
Got it.
Oops. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Oh, but there is a cache. Oh, should I go get the cache? Can I? Can I go through the river? Maybe I'm going to go a little bit west after here and then go back up and around because I do want to get the other cache. I want to find out what's happened to notorious roommates Dave and Ron. Sometimes you have to throw away books. It happens. Just gal pals. Just gal pals. Kiksikage is basically a chocolate around cookies served as if it were a cake with large amounts of melted chocolate mixed with egg yolks and plain cookies mixed in. That sounds delicious. A butterfly. Okay. So I want to head north from here, which is, oops, sorry, I keep zooming in on accident. That way, yeah, okay. My instincts were correct. I want to head this way. Map updated. I thought this was a mountain, but it's actually just a hill. What's on the map now? Big tree. Okay, great. I'm gonna run over this way because I think there is a cash box somewhere close. The G is okay. I actually wasn't sure if that was a Japanese word or a Danish word. So thank you for the pronunciation. It's a Y when we got an E after it. Y'all. Also, like, God bless you for thinking that I will ever pronounce Danish correctly. Oh no, I skipped over. Oh, the cash box is right there. Okay. Danish is really hard. And Danes know that it's really hard too, I think, hopefully. Just one stray match. Protect the force. No, don't close. I wanted to get the... Let's copy the map information. Although, now I'm feeling like I went here too soon. Okay, another book, which we're throwing away. Sorry, librarians. There's some cans, but I don't think anything else, and... Cool, alright. Well, I guess maybe that's for an achievement or something, because I don't actually see any, notes. I went here to try and find some more information. I did not. Okay, so I'm going to turn around, I'm going to head south and then southeast, all the way to the scout camp. So, this way? Yes. Okay. Cool. I like the wildflowers. I'm trying to learn both Danish and Armenian, and they each have their own special hell. You were very brave. I salute you. I think I'm going the right way. I hope no one's annoyed by how frequently... Yeah, I'm going the right way. By how frequently I have to check the map. I think we established last time I did a bit of an experiment where I just stood around and chatted with chat for a while to see if time would pass by. Like if there's an internal timer in the game. There doesn't seem to be. It seems to be based on like location when events happen. So
There's some old
like this.
snowmobiles out here.
That's crazy.
Looks like one of the poor bastards was cruising across this pond and dumped it.
That was not a fun hike back to civilization.
There's an old pond out here, not much more than a pile of mud. Do you have it on your map?
Yeah, I know where you are.
Yeah? Where am I?
Pork Pond. There used to be a sign up for it, but, well, folks kept stealing it.
Because it's called Pork Pond.
It's a good goddamn name. That sign would look great in a den, or, you know, anywhere.
Why was she weird about saying, you know, anywhere? Okay. Oops, so this is a camp.
Camp Arapaho.
You're there?
Yeah, I am.
It's been out there since the 50s.
I was never really into the idea of the Scouts. It's something about men organizing boys around their ideals. Never sat right with me.
Beware weebelows in large numbers.
Beware of anyone in large numbers. The bridge to the camp is out.
Damn.
I'm gonna walk the ravine and see if I can find some high ground to get across.
Good plan.
Looks like over there I could get across, right? Yeah, she definitely doesn't have it in her den. I'm telling you, Dahlia is sketchy. Right? Can I get over here? No. I can't because Hank, Henry, whatever his name is, cannot jump. It's canon. We established that he cannot jump. Maybe that's why Dahlia didn't want to call the police, because she stole the sign that's in her den. Criminal. You used to steal signs when you were a teen. I think we all did goofy stuff. I know at least one time in university we woke up to like a traffic cone being in our living room for no reason other than mischief. Okay, I am going the wrong way. I do not think that I chose a good path. So let's go back. Oh, nope. These trees have like the most aggressive colliders I have ever seen. Like the collision is not on the trunk, it's on the branch. Like if I... No? Well, that one was fine. Okay, I guess it's dense branches? Wait, can I... Yeah, like these branches? Nope. That's a whole trunk. Yeah, I got very far away from the goal. Okay. I'm really glad that actually there's not a timer making the sunset, because this would turn into Don't Scream very quickly, which is another game I played on stream in October. Okay, we're looking for a way across. We're looking for a way across. Seriously, I can't jump that? Come on. Come on. Bro. Really? I can't jump that either. Okay. Like, absolutely I can jump this. Are you kidding me? Like, I could also scramble that. Why game? Why are you making this so difficult for me? That looks like where bears live. I'm not super excited about that. Hey, game, where do you want me to go? Because I can't jump. None of those, like, delicious looking rock outcroppings were jumpable. Okay, let's look at the map, see if the map gave me any solutions. Okay, the scout camp is like... These are all mountains. We don't have knees, it's true. It's not my fault they're so shiny. I'm only barely not a crow now, or a magpie, right? Yeah, I don't think we have knees. It's unfortunate at best. Good gravy. What are we supposed to do here? This looks like such a great little... Like, what? That's not... I have done...
Kevin D's chemistry just rated with 1 viewers. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Hi, welcome in. I'm Professor Ashley. I'm a real professor that teaches people how to make video games at the University of Utah, and I stream on Sundays and Thursdays with some biometric equipment. Right now, I'm trying to figure out, like, I have done scrambles more difficult than that while pregnant, so I don't... Come on. Dude. The ravine is also, like... It's fine. You're telling me I can't hop down there and climb back up? It even looks like there's a trail there. So let's talk about why this is frustrating from a game design perspective. I feel like my game design chat has been pretty lax today. Oh my gosh. You want me to go here? Okay. Okay, let's actually take a minute, especially now since I figured it out. Let's take a minute and talk about inadequate signposting. So the game told me when I was... Actually, where was the original dialogue tree that happened just south of here? So, okay, so I'm running over here. Okay, I'm here. I phone in, hey, I found the camp. And then Dahlia says, oh, or I say, hey, the bridge is broken. Dahlia's like, okay, we'll find a way around. And I'm like, okay. So at first I went this way because from here, that looks like a bridge. So if I look this way, that's darkness. That's bad. That's nothing. There's nothing helpful there. Here's a nice lighted bridge. That, as a player, is what's going to draw my eye. When, like, you have to be super, super, super mindful of lighting in level design. And even if realistically the sun is setting and this is, a north-facing rock, so it by the trajectory of the sun and astrophysics should be shadowed, you need to figure out another way. You need to put a sign marker there. You need to put I think there's actually a totem pole that I saw, which is supposed to indicate where the trail is or where I should go, but that should be there. You should put like some kind of signpost, some kind of visual interest point to indicate that I'm supposed to go that way. Okay, so eventually I went the wrong way for so long that I could not find a route. Okay, this looked like a mountain. See, there's the totem pole that I'm talking about. But instead of coming up here, I carried on because this was all enshadowed. So, oh, doesn't that look like a nice little spot to jump across? Doesn't that look like a scramble? And then, this is why I never progress in games, because I spend a really long time doing this. Look at that, that's the trail. Oh, here's the trail. The trail continues on. This is also a bit of a red herring that I don't think adds anything to the game necessarily. I mean, like, this is perfect. Why can't I jump here? So if any levels designers out there, from a user experience perspective, make multiple solutions to this puzzle, or make your signposting more obvious from the jump. Ha 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 ha. See what I did there? Because this actually looks way more dangerous than the other potential crossover point. So I see what they tried to do with the totem pole. That's fine, but misleading. Hi, Kevin. How was your stream? You don't have no neitis like our character does. Even just hanging a rope on the dark side would help. Yeah, for sure. Mix this up, for sure. I'm teaching game design this semester. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so you're a chemistry prof who's in charge of teaching game design? That's terrifying. I hope I never get asked to teach chemistry. By the way, that's the only class I've ever not passed. For all my science credits, so I was in high school, did a terrible job at chemistry. I had the best teacher ever. This teacher really tried to make things fun, was super awesome and thoughtful. Like, I have no excuse. It just, I don't know, did not click for some reason. So in university, when I had to take science credits, I took astronomy and physics, and that's one of the paths that led me into game design, in the sense that game engines use physics, and something that we think about a lot. But yeah, I took, the main reason I took astronomy classes is because it was one of the only sciences that didn't require organic chemistry. And then even then at high levels, when you're talking about planetary composition and stars, it's still organic chemistry.
You ever talked to any of the scouts?
No, they haven't been out here in a while, and I generally don't have a lot to say to preteens.
Unless it's Brian Goodwin.
Well, if forced, I mean, I can make conversation with anyone. Plus, it was sort of fun to hear about all of his nerdy hobbies.
What type of nerdy hobbies are we talking about with him? Like marching band?
Why are we learning about this child?
No. Like comics, model rockets, wizards and wyverns, you know.
Oh.
Hey, thanks to Brian, I can almost recall by memory the armor classes of most dragons.
The what? No, you can't.
Hey, Planar Dragon's armor class. Let's see.
Okay, no, I believe you. We're good. We're good.
Aw, like the D&D. I'm going back to do post-stream stuff. Yeah, going back to sleep. Thank you, Kevin. Take care.
I guess these little shelters are where they keep the Weeblos.
Have a good
For the past 35
President's
years,
Day.
yeah.
Hey! You got my bot. I forgot that you can do the exclamation point lurk. And then it says you're sleeping in class. How dare you? Honestly, people sleep in my class. I have a conversation with them, but not because I think it's disrespectful. And it's obviously just a bot function for lurking, but like in actual class, I have a conversation with them about health and wellness because that's a little bit of a red flag that something else is going on and you need to take better care of yourself. But not in like a punitive way, in a like, you all right, dude? Better look after yourself. What am I supposed to find? Firefighters on scout can't pass a controlled burn. Okay, so I think I need to go the other way. Let's try going the other way. Hey, Brant. How are you? It's good to see you. I never slept in a class. It's hard for me to relate to how someone could do that. I have drifted off. I've drifted. Why did that give me an option to stomp it out when it looks pretty well out? I mean, I've almost drifted off in a faculty meeting. That's because I have a toddler. Like, I'm not all right.
Yeah, these guys are gone. I found where they were sitting around before getting picked up.
Damn.
I found an axe.
If one of the crew left it, that thing is actually called a Pulaski.
It looks like an axe to me. This thing will be a huge help.
For both getting through the backcountry and getting through that fence.
Yeah. The fence is what I'm worried about. Okay.
Hey, Dee, they left something behind. It's like a memo from their boss. Next few...
Oh, it pauses it when I read it. Okay. So this is from July 10th, 1989. Squad boss Grant Carson, Wyoming Interagency Hotshot Crew, Paint Rock Ranger District from Grable, Wyoming. Reply, Dr. Simmons at Wapiti Station, Thoroughfare Region. Squad Boss Carson. That's a very fun title. I wish that was my title. In the next few days, you and your team will be dropping into the Thoroughfare region of the Shoshone National Forest to cut a fire line south of Ruby River. I'm writing you on behalf of Dr. Ben Simmons at Wapiti Station. He reached out to the superintendent with wildfire concerns about his research site. Upon your return, someone from his office will want to speak with you as part of a wildfire risk assessment of the region. I told him they have nothing to worry about and that your team's fire lines are the most potent preventative measure in protecting their site. That is a tongue twister. Even though they'll be more than a mile away. But I think they've got insurance companies to answer to. Thanks for your service, Rich Salusa Reneko, Assistant Superintendent. Cool.
few days dropping into the thoroughfare.
On the flip
behalf
side, I
of Dr.
prioritize sleep more
Simmons
than the
at
average student at the
Wapiti
expense of not doing
Station.
homework. So some classes take a few
Wapiti
attempts to
Station?
pass. That's
Holy
fair.
crap.
Brent.
Keep reading.
Oh, I just thought I would maybe, stop there, let the mystery percolate.
My mother always said I would meet someone who'd give me a taste of my own medicine.
They're running a research site out there. He was worried about wildfires.
Someone is writing down our conversations. And now we find out there's a research site out here that we don't know about? What are they researching?
My nose is itching.
I mean, you and I aren't very interesting.
Us. They're researching us.
You think they're studying you and me?
I do. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's
they're
about
anthropologists.
studying two strangers who talk every day.
Like, if you put someone in isolation with someone else, what they do.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, fuck that.
Agreed.
I think we should allow for the possibility that this is all just a big misunderstanding, but... God, if you saw what you said you did... Fuck, Henry.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. So what's next?
Well, I've got an axe, so I can figure out a way to get over the ravine and back towards the site.
Sounds good. Check in when you can, and keep an eye out for anyone following you.
Okay. Sorry if that woke up anyone sleeping. Sleeping in class. Let's talk about research ethics. So the current working theory between Delilah and Harry, God, I can never remember his name, is that they are being watched / their conversations are being recorded for the purposes of research because there's a researcher out in the national park. As Delilah said before, there are usually wildlife biologists or botanists or insert smart person here who will go and study a natural habitat. In this case, they were concerned about the controlled burn having an impact on their research, right? Presumably, when I read that letter that we just got, to me that says that This is research biologists concerned that the controlled burn will displace animals and thus render their field work unusable, right? Like you're in field work, you're trying to control for as many variables as possible, and having a human interaction which impacts animal movement would absolutely destroy your research. However, Dahlia and Henry have this alternate theory that maybe this person is researching them, and that's why they found the walkie-talkie, and that's why they found notes. And their response to being researched is F that, right? Which is fair enough. So the reason why I did a lecture mode is because I want to talk for a second about research ethics. So, covert research. Usually not okay. Current federal guidelines, as I understand them as a member of the Institutional Review Board at the University of Utah, is that you have to have a pretty darn good reason, not a direct quote from the federal government, obviously, to do covert research. So some examples of covert research that would be allowed, it also has to be minimal risk, right? So nothing wherein if the behavior you're witnessing from participants could get them fired from their job or get them, excommunicated from their family. But like an example of like an okay covert research study would be if you go to a music festival and you are trying to study dance. Like, how do people dance at music festivals? And, this is maybe a silly example, but there are plenty of reasons anthropologically why you would want to study dance as a type of communication and as a type of social bonding experiment, right? So watching people dance at a music festival and taking notes is, generally speaking, and this is not, I want to be really careful that this is not a research advice. This is not saying, like, if your IRB gives you pushback on this, like, well, Professor Ashley said, no. Like, there are obvious circumstances in which what I'm about to say would not be true. Covertly observing people dancing without details about who they are, where they work, that sort of thing, without details about, like, drugs or alcohol they may have consumed, just observing their dance, it's probably better to do it covert than overt, because if you tell these people, hey, I'm a researcher, I'm going to observe you, they might not dance or they might feel really self-conscious, right? Dancing can be kind of embarrassing if people are watching you and people are watching you. So in that case, the research may not be able to be conducted overtly. You may have to do that research covertly. What they're talking about here, like if this is some sort of social experiment wherein these two people are being covertly observed for their interactions with each other or how they react as two strangers out in the middle of the woods, that would definitely not be allowed at my IRB. You would need to be overt about that. Okay. Observation bias. No, GRE. A Twitch streamer told me it was okay. That's good enough for me. I hate our timeline. Brant, I'm glad you immediately got readmitted each time you're academically dismissed. That's tough. That's super tough. And also, the Hawthorne effect. Like this, your tilde and asterisk Sully makes me like want to do like a little octopus dance for like observation bias, Hawthorne effect. Okay, but no one said this was ethical research. Does the CIA have, that's a great question, Sexolia. It's really fun when you are the federal government and you're like, no, I can just do this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have to go. I don't know. I'm going to try and go just more north. The meadow we are trying to go. Oh my gosh, so far. I think I'm just going to try and go north. Yep. I'm just going to try and head north and see if that gets us anywhere. I guess maybe I can't head north because, remember, this character is incapable of jumping. Oh, come on. Really? Can I go up this way? No, there's actually an invisible wall. Okay. I'm trying to take a shortcut. Oh, maybe. Maybe this is a shortcut. Oh, right. That's the invisible bridge. Invisible bridge? It's not an invisible bridge. There is no bridge. Sorry. Well, there's the long drop. This is where I came in at, but there's clearly not a way to go back up. So, what about this? Oh, good God. Really? Well, we got to use our axe. I guess that's... Ooh, okay. That's fun. Okay, so we modified the natural environment. We want to go northwest. I just realized... There's what do you call it? A legend. Yeah. So I could have been reading the map better this whole time. Cool. Am I supposed to go this way? These impasses are kind of frustrating. All right, I don't think this is actually the way I came where I was like, that looks like a bear cave. I don't want to go there, so I'm going to go back around. I think.
Are you there? I had a thought.
Let's hear it.
You heard someone in the bushes.
Yeah.
They literally
Okay,
punched
so
me.
let's assume we're being tailed. Or you are, at least. Where are you right now?
Just on my way back, in and out of trees in the middle of nowhere.
Do you see anybody?
I'm by
No,
the pond.
definitely not.
All right, so tell me what you think of this. Did you just cough?
No. Did you just cough?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
There isn't any way someone, like, another lookout could be on this line, is there?
No. Not without tapping our radios. Get in your tower, shut the door. Don't leave, and don't use your radio. I'll call you. Understand? I will call you.
This game keeps being like,
Thoroughfare Tower, this is Two Forks calling you for the, 50th time today. The flapjack fire continues to move in a southerly fashion. Delilah, for fuck's sake, answer your radio.
Hello, sunshine. Sorry, went out for a little bit. What can I do you for?
I didn't sleep a wink last night, and I've been going crazy for the past 6 hours of sunup. How are you so chipper?
Well, it's a new day. What a day, this day we've been given.
Maybe I am actually asleep right now. Maybe I didn't stay up all night knowing that someone is...
I actually slept just great.
Okay.
By the way,
I forgot my
was
video's
wondering
mirrored.
if your Flora of the Shoshone info poster was still up inside your tower?
What?
It's just protocol that those stay up. You know, info about your tower, the surrounding tree species, etc.
All right.
Just, you know, have a look at it. Make sure it's in ship shape.
why does she want me to look out here? It's clearly not because of the poster, right? It's because she wants me to look out.
Okay, yeah, it's up. Why are you acting like this?
Great. Just wonderful. Do you see the tree in the top row, second from the left?
Let me look at it and I'll tell you.
No. You don't need to tell me. Just, internalize it. It's a great tree. And there's an area called, that tree's name in your sector that maybe you should take a midday hike to. Maybe.
I've got, okay, there's so much. There's so much. Okay, so first of all, the whiskey bottle is untouched. Interesting. Do we still have the fossil? No. I put the fossil here. Doesn't look like there's fossil. Oh, right. It's a book. Mariner's roast. There's the fireworks. Oh, there's a D20. What? How did I not know this? Okay, this is the most disturbing thing, is that he's taking his wedding ring off. Okay, what did it land on? Oh no, I can't see. Alright, this is the whole game now. There we go. Okay. You can put it on or not? Okay. I'm nothing if not committed. Good God. Okay. I'm gonna look at the map. So I think we're looking for Lodge Pine. Right? Two Forks, Ruby River, Cottonwood Creek, 5 Mile Creek. Wait, did I read that wrong? Is it actually Cottonwood? Oh, second from the right. So it's Cottonwood. Okay, so I need to go to Cottonwood Creek, probably by the big tree, right? Which is just south of here. Okay. Is this midday? This looks very dusky to be midday. So are we gonna meet Dahlia? This is terrifying. This is now a horror game. Okay, so I want to go south. I want to go that way. It might be because I've had 2 cups of coffee, but I'm also on like super high alert. There could be anyone in the trees. I shouldn't even stop to take a look at my map. Because that creepy person could be there. Retro orange. That's rude. I'm teasing. It's a pretty good jump scare. Alright. Let me get into this wide open area where anyone can attack me from any angle, and I will do a good boy treat. So where are the treats? There they are. Hi, Retro Orange. How are you? Okay, we've got berry sorbet, dog treats. I haven't opened the pizza ones yet, Sally, that you got, the sweet little doggies. So, oh, the corgis heard the bag. They know. We're gonna do a good boy. There's Jack. There's Akis. Akis has the green screen on him. This is the nice little bocce dog treat. I'm gonna give him a second one. Look at that good boy. Yay, treats. I'm giving Jack treats on the other side where there is not a camera. But yay, treats. I'll give him one more each. Because actually, usually we start off the stream with a good boy point redemption, and we did not today, so we'll make it up to him. Okay, I got dog biscuits, crumbs all over me. Oof. Just the perfect recipe for going south. Okay. Here we go. Hey, as a side note, there have been quite a few books about murder, right? Like when we go to the cash boxes, the books there have all been like mystery thrillers. And I'm wondering if that has, like, colored my perception of the game. Crap, I'm going back up. That's not what I want to do. I need to go south. That way. Okay. Whoops. Got turned around by the good boys. Oh, that's right. We're going down to this river. And then I need to cross the river, I think. Probably. Something like that. I kinda wish I could just... The jumping is really fiddly. Okay, so what happens? I'm across the river now. So I'm gonna go south and then west. Okay. What happens if I didn't put my wedding ring on? Like, that feels like a choice that the game let me make, that the game didn't, like, explicitly tell me about, you know? Like, the fact that the wedding ring was on the desk and that the desk has not changed since the game started drew my eye to the wedding ring, but then, like... Could I go and meet Dahlia without the wedding ring? Totally heard a noise. Is Dahlia here? It's a big tree with the ski in it. There's totally movement coming from that direction. We're over here. Oh, I hate this. This is tense. Examine floor. But I did that. Oh, don't tell me that I have some sort of bug. I'm gonna lose it. I'm absolutely gonna lose it. If I have some sort of bug. Oh, okay. It wants me to go. Okay.
I'm here at Cottonwood Creek.
You see the cash box there?
It must be around here somewhere.
It is. Find it and open it. I changed the code. It's 5678.
Are you kidding me?
I was in a rush.
But we already opened this cash box.
Mix Us Up just redeemed reality TV admission.
Mix this up. I almost threw up. Okay, that's great. My heart rate is very fine and normal. Look at it. Pick a trash show and I watch it. I've actually been better. I mean, better is loosely defined, but the most recent, in terms of not watching so much trash, the most recent like season of a trashy reality show that I binged was Sister Wives, the most recent season of Sister Wives. Now this is pretty interesting because, not the Sister Wives thing, but because I was here last mission and opened this, and so now I do not have the option of copying the map, but I wondered why there was a cache box with nothing in it.
I've got it now.
Good. I spent all day getting you that radio. I hiked to a cash box, lied to a ranger, lied to another ranger, and hopefully you are now holding a clean, untapped radio.
Hopefully.
Holy fuck, Henry, we have to get into that site.
What the fuck is going on? People are listening to us?
I don't know.
Our radios are tapped? Are you fucking
This is
serious?
pretty, though.
radios are definitely tapped. That's why I left you the one you just got.
How is this even possible?
I don't know, Henry.
What do you know?
You know that I'm scared.
Why would anyone care? Enough.
None of it makes any sense.
Are there any other lookouts this is happening to? Someone else in on this? Anyone?
This is just happening to us. Everyone else is fine.
Are you sure?
Yes. I've tried to bring it up to Chimney Rock, Elks Fork, and Beartooth Lookout, and every one of them got confused. Asked me if I'm okay and if I need to be relieved. Our fucking state coordinator asked if I was just having lady troubles. Yes or no? This isn't happening to anyone else, and I'm done asking. I just changed clothes laying on the floor because I don't know who could be watching.
Look, I'm headed back to the gate, and now that I've got an axe, we'll know something soon.
You need to get into that site. Call me when you find something.
Okay, can I think I can stop here, maybe. Okay, so we're coming up right on the time when I normally stop streaming. So, I think this is a good stopping point and a cliffhanger to end on. So next time we're going to be going into the cordoned off research area. And hey, Professor Zakal, we were just talking about you, actually. We were just talking about your reaction to this game and you giving me a spoiler, not spoiler, that Dahlia's not. Well, it wasn't that she's not who she says she is, but that Dahlia, has some other things going on. You think the game was going in one direction, but it's not. So, I did say your name 3 times. Yes, mix us up. So, Sister Wives. So, we're ending the game on a cliffhanger. We will not end this question on a hanger. So, for our Danish friend, Danish Armenian friend, and Professor Zagal, I'm so glad you're here to. This is really what the crux of my stream is about and why I put it on my faculty activity report. Sister Wives, like Zelly says, you're in for a treat. You're in for a journey. Is a show that actually started here in Utah about a polygamist family wherein one husband had 3 wives. And it started 12 years ago, ? It started a while ago. And at the time, it was a felony to have more than one spouse in the state of Utah. There's a long history that I will not get into, but the too long didn't read is that there's a history of sexual abuse and especially sexual abuse of minors within polygamist faiths. This group was not a part of that, right? They made sure that everyone was consenting adults to be in a polygamous marriage. Asterisks, right? So if your God tells you to get into heaven, you need to be a polygamist. Is that truly consent? Okay, they just finished season 18. Great, thank you, Sexalia. Not the faculty activity report. Don't tell me you have to do that too, Sexalia. So bad. So the show starts off with one husband, 3 wives, and they're courting a 4th. And for the first 10 seasons, they're we're very happy. And everyone, society's judgment of us is because they don't understand our faith, they don't understand us. And then essentially everyone watching it was, I will speak for myself. I watched it for impure reasons. I watched it because I'm I am a skeptic. As a monogamous person, I'm a skeptic. And hey, maybe the show will show me that my own biases are incorrect and that I shouldn't be so judgmental. So I'm going to suspend disbelief and I'm going to watch this show to be proven wrong and to be proven that I've just been brainwashed into thinking monogamy is the only valid, couple type. Even couple is a monogamous word. Relationship type. Sorry. There you go. So I watched it and then the last 2 seasons, everything kind of crumbled. So for I guess 16 seasons, everyone is our family's fine. There are no problems. And then for the last 2 seasons, everything goes to hell, right? And now the husband is functionally a monogamist. So, okay. We call it something different, but you still have a faculty activity report. Hi, Denos. You're the youngest university professor I've ever received respect. Well, thank you. My lighting is doing a heavy lift here. I think I am old enough. Old enough. Too old. I've been feeling very old lately. Honest question. Many super liberal people will go polygamy. Ew, that's wrong. But also go polygamy. Polyamory. Yay, that's so forward thinking. Is it possible? Hypocrisy. So I think there's yes. Sexology is correct. Polygamy is when one man can have multiple wives, and polyamory is just non-monogamy. So there is a difference there in connotation as well, in the sense that, and not an anthropologist. There was an anthropologist on the show, Sexholia and Zelly. Do you remember that? In season 12. I don't know. I'm saying 12 a lot. I think I'm just making that number up. But in one season, they had a anthropology professor from the University of Las Vegas when they moved to Nevada, who studied them and like wrote about it, because the accounts that we have, the scientific accounts we have of polygamist relationships are very limited because it's an illegal practice and is usually like a felony and not just like a misdemeanor. And so through these limited accounts, right, like scientists want to know more, but there is a connotation of oppression and a lack of choice, right? So wherein polygamy has this connotation of one man chooses multiple wives and the wives just have to deal with it, right? They don't have a lot of autonomy in the relationship, right? Which I think I'm painting maybe an unfair picture of their particular flavor of polygamy, but in a lot of cases we think of these stories of abuse, right? Whereas polyamory is wherein you can have any kind of configuration. It doesn't have to be one man, multiple women. It can be non-binary people. It can be multiple husbands and one wife. It could be 2 wives and 2 husbands, right? And whatever. And there's the connotation there is that there's more choice, which is why I think liberal people have this differential opinion. Okay. Don't drag me into your trash reality shows. That's very fair, Sally. That's very fair. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there's stories also of polyandry being made legal. You have to play fair, polygamy and polyandry. 2 sides of the same coin, right? 12 is a good number, though. It's nice and divisible. Honestly, I only got into it recently since Cody's been losing it. Sexology, I'm so glad that I'm not the only one. I know they're different even in cases of institutional formality. Can the women date other people? No, that's the big difference. They are so entertaining and exploitative at the same time. Well, it's on the Learning Channel, so it has to be educational, right? TLC actually rebranded. How did they rebrand? They rebranded because they were getting so much critique of like, this isn't the Learning Channel. TLC used to be just operation videos, like of operating rooms, like surgeons and doctors explaining medical procedures. That's how it started.
Professor Zargle just redeemed hydrate.
I love that my robot cannot pronounce your name. Polyandry is one lady, lots of dudes. Isn't it the same as polygamy? No, that's one dude, lots of ladies. It's the difference in the Greek. It's Greek, right? Sometimes I get Greek and Latin confused. Oh, yes. So thanks, Wikipedia. Only the finest research on this channel. Here. I present you with the finest research on this channel. Not to be confused with polygyny, polyamory, or polysexuality. Polygamy, from the late Greek, polygamia, The state of marriage to many spouses is the practice of marrying multiple spouses. When a man is married to more than one wife at the same time, sociologists call this polygyny. When a woman is married to more than one husband at a time, it's called polyandry. In sociobiology and zoology, researchers use polygamy in a broad sense to mean any form of multiple mating. Ta-da! The more you know. Yeah, you learn something new every day. Yeah, Danos is right. Polygamy is multiple marriages in Greek. So, thanks, Wikipedia. And thanks for the completely innocent question about the reality shows I've been watching lately, which has led us down to learning something. You know what? It is the Learning Channel. Never mind. It is the Learning Channel. All right, let's see who else is streaming right now so we can start a raid. Since we're 4 minutes over time. Oh, how fun. We have, actually there are fewer friends today. Sorry if you heard something. I'm checking out a couple channels. So we have an animal sanctuary. Let me check the Knowledge Fellowship real quick. I have enough points to redeem over 1,000 good boy treats. Sally, that's dedication. That's the dedication I expect from a friend. Let's see who's online from the Knowledge Fellowship. We've been rating after each stream someone from the Knowledge Fellowship, and it has...
Professor Zargle just redeemed reality TV admission.
Oh God, don't start me down this again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, so I think I found someone to read. Another reality TV admission. I told you I've been way too busy to watch reality TV lately. However, what's the most cringe you've seen recently? Gotta cash those points in. Bye, Danos. Thank you for watching. What's the most cringe you've seen recently on television or in real life? Because in real life, God, where to start in terms of me doing cringe things. Yeah, I guess the new people like on TikTok are saying that the new season of Love is Blind is super cringe. There's a really cringe contestant who they found out has a girlfriend in real life and went on the show anyway. Yeah, does TikTok count as cringe reality entertainment? What was the other show that I watched recently? 90 Day Fiancé. But what season am I on? I don't remember what season I'm on. I'm on the most recent season. And there's not it's not as cringe as it used to be, honestly. It's more just people struggling with international relationships now. It was cringe back in the day because it would always be a 50-year-old man courting an 18-year-old from a developing country. And it had some connotations there I wasn't super comfortable with. But now it's a lot of fairly average people. What cringe TikTok theme / trend are you talking about, Sally? Okay. I'm gonna... let's raid. Sorry, I got distracted. There's an animal sanctuary that's on that I think would be really cool. I promised you that we were going to raid them the other day, and then I didn't. So let's do that. I'll wrap up the stream now and say thank you all so much for watching. Firewatch has been super fun. We learned a little bit about signposting and level design in today's stream. We also had a lot of cringe moments between Dahlia and Hank. His name's Hank, right? So we'll finish this up on Thursday. Thursday I'll be streaming at 7 p.m. as per usual, unless I get sick again. Fingers crossed, touch wood, that I'm not. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let's go watch some animals. I think this is just a live stream of animals being animals and Animal Sanctuary. And that's the chill vibes that I think we all want on Sunday. Bye, everyone. Bye, Professor Zagal. You're stuck on Hank. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.